Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise. Hello. I want to look at, I've had a few questions and for the same topic around this awful report that's come out. I think it's IPCC, I think, around the danger that we're in with climate change. Man, if we all just would have listened to, well, I did, but if our politicians would have listened to Al Gore back in 2007, this wouldn't be happening now. But then again, we have responsibility with many other countries on the globe. So anyway, my question is going to look into, will the USA be doing its part? And of course this will chime in or be in alignment with the infrastructure bills. I know one just passed, but we still have the other big one that I believe brings in all the measures for climate change. So I'm going to look at that and see if that's going to go through. Or are we at a critical, has it gone too far? Is there any going back? Is there any halting? If we get on board with all these other countries, and all the other countries, are they going to get on board? That's my question. So it's huge. I can feel the enormity of it as I'm speaking about it, but it needs to be done. So let's see. Let's look at the future of climate change on the planet and whether or not we can stop this in time. Okay, let me drop the camera down and I'll get started. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the tarot, and I'm using the, it's just the basic Radiant Rider-Waite, but I've trimmed down the cards, so if they look odd to you, it's because I've made them smaller. Okay, so this first portion will be to tune into what the USA, what we'll be doing, and I have to limit it to the Biden administration. I don't know if he'll run for a second term, so I'm going to cut it off at 2024 and see, because we're at that critical point anyway. Let's see how it's going to go for the next few years. And of course, the USA has its Pluto return coming up in February of 2022, which means big change, big transformation that needs to happen. So, okay. I know the forces in motion, and I know the challenges, so I don't see any reason to draw those cards. I'm just going to do 5 cards to show whether the USA is going to step up to the plate and do its part, whether we in America, whether our politicians, whether enough people, and I'll include private business, corporate interests. Are there going to be enough big players that step up and do something to try and halt or possibly reverse climate change? So I'm going to stick with the USA first. Okay. Okay, so, well, actually, I guess I could do 2 rows. Why not? Hold on. I think I can fit 2. We'll find out. Can always scooch them up if need be. And all these squigglies on these, the writing on the cards is, this is a deck I used for teaching the astrology components with the tarot. So those videos are in there in my library if anybody's interested. Okay, let's get 2 more cards, or another row, second row going on here. Okay. So, where's my chopstick? Here we go. So here's our theme. We've got the news from the IPCC. I think that's the name of that report. And it's it's a global report, of course. But this would be the news about the Earth and the needs, the need to do something quickly. That we're at a crisis point. We're at a crisis point. The Page of Pentacles is also about, also has to do with something ambitious and setting goals. And this is definitely a new opportunity. Now, when it comes to the USA, we have that second big bill that needs to be passed. And this would be the big change. With the Tower here, well, let me get back to that big bill, because I feel like this is it. Because it would bring in all the new jobs for renewables. It would bring in so much. I mean, there's so much support written into that bill. So, but with the Tower here, this is, it's a card of big change, usually drastic change. It's also a card of disasters and destruction and painful loss. So this is the news, this is the ambition, this is the new goals, and I'm talking again, remember, just the USA, and the big change that needs to happen. This is also the damage that the Trump administration did. That's further reiterated up here. There are many reversals to the damage, especially through the EPA that Trump did, that Biden has reversed. So that would be the good news there. Because the Tower Knights up here to the Chariot, and it's reversed. The Chariot reversed. So this big crisis at a point of destruction, knighting to these two cards here, with the Chariot reversed. Well, this has to do with instability. This has to do with people who've given up in the past. And of course, we can look at this being like past, present, and future. This was where we were stuck with Trump for the last, for the prior 4 years. Oh, goodness. This is also this is a card of big conflicts and instability, most of all, is what I'm feeling. That unstable place where you're not going in the right direction and you're not making a decision to go in the right direction. And when it comes to, these two cards together, it's just everything was just completely unethical. This is also, it can be, when it comes to reversed, it can be being really restless in the desire to make big changes. Yeah, that makes sense. And then with the Seven of Pentacles over here, knighting back down to the Tower, and these two bookends here, this tells me that the investment, it'll be a lot of hard work. It'll be a lot of hard work. But if the planning goes in, we can achieve the goals. And if we have the patience and the hard work, the planning has gone in already. But now if we do the hard work, and we make the change, and if the negotiations come in, then everything could be okay. But still, it's just, we've got disaster looming down here. Now, with the Emperor reversed, oh my goodness, I mean, this is just the abuse of power and the lack of discipline, the lack of being a healthy, father to the country that Trump was. I mean, it's just, oh my. Thank the stars, thank the universe, thank God he was not reelected. Because, I don't think we would have had a chance. So, but I do feel like, well, let me keep going before I say for sure. Because there's a lot of mixed cards in here. And we really only have 2 watery cards. We've got earth and fire. Yeah, here's our only watery card. And the moon is very uncertain. Because there's a hidden agenda, and there are enemies, and there are, deceptions and illusions. And of course, it's under Trump's card. This is definitely the lack of direction from Trump and the hidden illusion and the deceptions around what he was doing. Remember how I love it when the news reminds us of what happened in the past, because the last couple of days has been all about the jokes around, remember Trump with his infrastructure week that went on for 4 years, never passed anything. Diddly squat happened because a dingus didn't do a damn thing. Ugh. So anyway, this is our homeland. This is the lack of direction that, and I didn't ask for this to come through. I've just asked for the truth. But we have the past here. These 4 cards here telling us about the darkness of the past with the GOP and the Trump administration. And, because the GOP installed him along with Putin. And that's the problem. But the news is coming out. The news is coming out. The changes can happen, but we really do have to work on it. The Two of Pentacles is all about adapting to something and making your priorities. Doing the priorities, working on your priorities, finding your priorities, and then balancing yourself so that you can keep all those plates spinning and keep things going. It's a card of, managing time, Capricorn time, Saturn time. Capricorn's ruled by Saturn. And this, ups and down type of experience that we will have continually with weather patterns until we get it together. And then the Seven of Pentacles combined here with the Magician reversed. We have to be very, very careful. And the Two of Pentacles touches this card as well. We have to work hard and balance and prioritize so that we do not waste our time, so that we do not remain, going in the wrong direction and not focusing in. Oh my goodness. But this card comes through when there is a lack of decision. The Page of Pentacles relates to, the Page of Wands relates to, having a new project and being enthusiastic and taking the initiative. It's usually a card of good news, Both of these are. So I'm feeling like the main message here is that thank the stars, thank everybody who contributed to that IPCC report, because it has lit a fire under, it should have lit a fire under everyone's butt. I hope this gets people to recycle more. I hope this gets people to conserve our water more. I've been researching that putting in a fake lawn thing. It's challenging because it throws off heat. It creates more heat, and it's petroleum-based products to make the lawn. And I guess they look beautiful though, but I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it. So I just have my water. So I have a really, really small lawn, and I didn't put it in. Maybe the key is just to tear it out, spend a small fortune tearing it out and putting in just all natural, the drip irrigation stuff, like I have in the back. I don't have a lawn in the back, and I did because I had the option to plant or not, and I chose not. But in the front, it's small, and I just don't water it that often, and so it's not very green. But it's staying alive though. So anyway, I recycle like crap. I recycle everything like crazy. But anyway, if we can all do our little parts, like maybe, I don't know, maybe we don't fill the pool so full, or maybe we keep a cover. Yeah, that's right. You can put pool covers on so that the water doesn't dissipate up into the air. That's quite an expense, but I think it would be worth it because it would actually heat the pool if you live in a really hot state. And they have the electric kind. I know they make the electric kind that go back and forth. So there's that. Okay, so but here with the USA, these are mixed, definitely mixed cards I'm getting here with the tarot. But we can see, disaster is looming. We are at a crisis point. We do have good news. We do have the hard work that can come in. But this card has to do with indecision. So I think what I need to do is use the Lenormand to get more, to look more into the actual situation. You know what I'll do? I'll use this little deck. I've got this little deck that has yes and no cards in it. See if we get something. And I don't have the book on it. And the gal, if you like the deck, good luck finding it, because the gal that created it is no longer on the planet. She crossed over. But so anyway, let's look at her name. Her name was Tarot Lynn, if I remember. Just Lyn. So maybe something could be found if you guys really like the cards. Maybe it's something that could be found on eBay. But let me ask, will the USA step up and do its part? Yes or no? Will the USA step up and do its part? And then I'll move on to the rest of the planet, the rest of the world, all the other countries. Will the USA do its part? Under the Biden administration, will we be able to get this passed? Will the USA do its part? And maybe even without being passed, maybe business will come through and do its thing, even if the Biden administration can't get it passed. Will the USA do its part in any way? Ooh, that's a big yes card. That's the sun. Oh, but that's the no. Oh, goodness. Let's keep going and see why. What's going on? But then there's the yes. How weird. Okay, that's all right. I'll just keep going. Let's keep going and see what the message brings. Let's see what message comes through. Oops. Okay. Let's get this all centered. Choices, crossroads. The man. That has to be Biden. Oh, yeah, okay. And the woman, would that be, it would have to be Kamala. Kamala Mamala, it would have to be. Okay, so yes, there are obstacles and delays. Yes, there are complications with our homeland, with the foundation and security of our homeland. To have, well, it's like, yes, the choices are there for Biden and from Kamala. Yes, we're at a crossroads. These two cards, Knight. So there's a big yes between the choices, crossroads, and Kamala. But Biden's going to be blocked, I think. I don't know how well that big infrastructure bill will work. And maybe I'm going to have to revisit this later because maybe things are just too much up in the air. Because to get both of these cards together in one reading, this is saying, no to the success, but yes to, with the moon, changes. Yes to creating something new. Yes to, the reputation. This would be for Kamala or Kamala Mamala. I always have to remember that, or I'll always say her name wrong. I used to get bitched out for that. You guys would not believe the emails I got from people who I think I ended up blocking, but it's like, wow. But anyway, so our homeland, our safety, our security is here. And the success of our homeland, and then right smack dab in the middle is down to this. The mountain has to do with hidden enemies and dangers and obstacles, delays, big old, barrier. So this to me is, what's her name? Kirsten Sinema and Joe Manchin. Because here's Biden moving forward, and look at Biden and Kamala are facing each other, and they're trying to, they're working together. The cards didn't come through like this, like she doesn't agree. They're facing each other, and they're aligned. But look what's in between. Betrayal. But maybe, okay, so I think this is saying there's no betrayal between Kamala and Biden, but there's big obstacles to the success of our homeland getting anything done because of the GOP. What else could it be? We're at a crossroads. There's the big decision that they've made. Especially Kamala. I'm glad that she showed up here because I didn't realize that she was working that hard on it, but this tells me that she is. But the moon can change things. The moon can bring in change. So there can be a change to the obstacle that's here. It's like, we've got this yes-no current going on, which kind of cancels things out. It's like if you're trying to manifest something on your own, you always want to look for the no current that you have inside of you that's going against the yes to what you want, and then you work through that obstacle, and then the change happens. Because the no current complicates, the manifestation process. Yeah, so I think it's a little too soon to say, but I know I've read on HR1 and S1 before. I just can't remember what I got. I have to go back and revisit that video. So now I'm thinking what I should do. Let's use this deck, the maybe Lenormand, and let's open it up. Make sure I have these straight up. Yeah, let's open it up to the rest of the world. The rest of the world. Are the other countries going to be a huge support in helping with climate change, to help Mother Earth? Because here in America, we're certainly stuck in the politics, whether we like it or not. But there's, part of this next, the big infrastructure bill, or the next, No, wait, HR1 and S1, that's a Voting Rights Act. I'm sorry, I got that totally mixed up. You guys are probably going, hey, wait, what? Yeah, sorry about that. But this new, so the first infrastructure bill was already passed, but that helps the people and supports children, so many good things. But then this next one, that has to do with, all the new jobs and the renewables, getting electric car charging stations going across the USA. So that's where we're kind of hampered. But until those things go through, we might just get the support we need from the other countries. So let's see. Because I know China, even though, of course, it's a communist country, I know that they have a whole lot of solar panels all over their country. And they use solar heating for their water, solar water heating. They have the big tanks up on the roof with solar panels that heat the hot water even. It's just to get hot water so they don't have to spend gas and electric on that. And so now that battery systems are getting better, but let's see, will we be supported? Will we get this done? Will we be safe? Will the planet be safe because other countries are going to step in and do their part until we can get things going the right way here in the USA? Because I'm not having a lot of faith in the USA based on those last two readings, but let's see if the rest of the other countries, if they're going to help. How's it going to go? Will we have the support of these other countries? Not that I really think that there's any plus to COVID, but there actually was, in that it stopped people from traveling for a while, right? That helped. Okay, other countries. Yeah, money, power, protection. This is a card of bullying and being a predator, but it's also a card of speaking out and having courage. So, but anyway, here's our theme. We've got obstacles, delays, and barriers to success. But we do have peace and harmony. When I saw this card, it reminded me of COVID and getting the shot. And so I really feel like part of this is that COVID and vaccines, of course, that need to, well, it's a card of impulsiveness. If we could have the impulsiveness curbed to travel, but I mean, I know how it is. It's like people want to see their families, right? But I'm feeling like worldwide, if we could curb that impulsiveness, we could have the strength. But when it comes to other, so I have to go back to remember the context of the question. When it comes to other countries, there is the wisdom, there is the peace and the harmony, and even this is a card of purity. So this could be something new. Something that wants to come through, that's trying to come through, because they know, they've got the wisdom, they know. This probably has to do with the countries that came together to create that IPCC report, to reveal the wisdom and maturity that needs to come through to get us to jump on board and say, yeah, let's do it. It's like a weird little different message with this card this time. But anyway, we have the goals of the institutions of the other countries. The obstacle, the countries who are opposing. Oh, that's what's going on here. Okay. The countries who are opposing and who are, proving to be the hidden enemy, like Russia, doesn't give anything, doesn't care at all about, the pollution that goes on in that country because of Putin and the oligarchs. He's ruined so much. With their mining, and because they haven't done things the right way, they've pushed things out into the waters. So, anyway, these things are gonna be revealed. That's what's gonna happen. There's gonna be organizations with a goal to reveal countries who are abusing and are predatory in nature on the planet. Wow. Okay, so that's good. So I might have to add another layer here or reshuffle and... No, I'm getting the baseline here. Worldwide, so there's the goal. Here's the goal. But then the worldwide predators, these other countries... Documents are going to come out. There will be this revelation of information that is put out. This is reminding me of the Panama Papers and the Paradise Papers, where all these, the 17 different intelligence communities all over the world got together and banded together, and the information is out there because of their hard work and their effort to work together. Without the competition. So we have that now because of them. And the same thing, the same organization, the same system is already out there. It's already created. So now they can use that and put that, the connections are already made. A solid connection of an institution that's connected together in peace and harmony I didn't expect this message to come through, has already been made, and they will reveal the predatory, players. Wow. Okay. So long term, let's ask, we do have protection over the bullying. Let me just do one more row here. I may use another deck after, but let's see. Will all the countries in the world be able to turn this around? Or halt it, at least. I don't know about reversing or halting. How's it going to go? World over with climate change. What is going to happen? Okay, gifts. This is a card of recovery. I get that all the time in, health readings. Recovery and the opportunity. It could be two key countries that get it going. And then the merriment, the celebration. I don't know who this woman is. It could just be the feminine aspect, because, this question is so big. It could just be the feminine aspect of protecting Mother Earth. And then here's the work, the repeat, the action. Now, this could be a woman, too. It can be both. That it's the feminine, but it could also be a woman, a world leader that works hard. Wow. Okay. But this is recovery here. So the work to recover. And then success, so we have the ability to celebrate over the obstacle that was up here. Let me see. Is there another? I might need an oracle deck. Let's see. Let's look at the future. The future of, well, no, actually, could just use a regular Lenormand deck with, let's look at it over the next 5 years. Let's give it this next 5 years. Will the planet be heating up, staying the same, or cooling down? And then I think this will be the last question for now, because I can't think of any other questions. Maybe you guys will have some for me, though. Okay, that's healing and help. The anchor has to do with the goal and getting it done and ending. That's a cold card. Ending the, could be ending and taking responsibility. It could be ending the burden. That's what it is. Ending the pain and the burden. And then there's the health. There's the it's a recovery card, but it's the system. It's the growth. Okay, let's keep going. There's the water. the flow, something that's a lot. Here's the stars with the connections with a lot of countries. Here's recovery. Yay. There's recovery. And there's the child bringing in something new. And then there's the movement. Okay, so a lot of movement going to recovery, because, you know, we don't want this burden on children, and the health of the planet will recover. Okay, I'm feeling a little better, because remember, this is 5 years, right? So by 2026, this time in 2026, the goal that's connected worldwide and the help, the support that helps the recovery. I still feel like this is a couple of countries coming together to do a big part in it. Yeah. Okay, let's see. The goal, and also the target, like getting something done, so that we're not stuck in this painful place. Because this could be that the painful place, well, this goal could come through even more strongly because people are going to be leaving the planet. I mean, it's these severe weather patterns cause death and pain, and there's a huge burden on the health of not only the planet, but people. This looks to me like healing the water. This is also the water, the ocean card. What I don't have here, and what I love not having here, is I don't have the sun showing that things are going to heat up. This is a cool card. This is a cool card. You know, when we're like heat, well, let's like look at temperatures here. Cool, cool. Cool. This one's movement. This is cool. This is cool. And this is very cool. This is helpful and healing. Yeah. So I think that we're going to be able to keep things the same. Slow. This would be slow growth, but going in the healthy direction. Well, then again, these two cards together are not so good for health. But there's the target and there's the goal, to stop the burden on the earth, upon the earth. Yeah. I feel like in the next 5 years, a good amount of support is, a good amount of progress is going to be made, because there's the action. And this is the Rider's a card of good news. But it's going to be hard. It's going to be painful. There will be loss. There will be deaths. But there also will be recovery. There will be recovery eventually. But again, I'm stopping here at 2026, you know, the year 2026. So, okay, well, I think I don't have another question here. Maybe you guys will have some questions. And I also love your comments when they're helpful and supportive, like sharing information. If you want any hot links shared, sometimes they get blocked, but I can fish them out. So if you have any hot links of good news or anything that's supportive and helpful for the rest of us, feel free to post it or email it to me at spiritualgrowthtarot@gmail.com, and I'll get it posted. So yeah, that's it. Okay. Thanks, you guys. Take care. Bye.